What's good, y'all? Welcome back to part two of round two of my shave bay. So where we left off was me explaining everything, kind of a breakdown on the build because I'm going to start uploading 2 times a week. And yeah, so looking at the engine bay as of right now, I was helping my friend Aiden, and that day, it was yesterday actually, I was kind of just shaving away some of the seam sealer. So there used to be a bunch of seam sealer here. There's still some, and there's still a lot of wire brushing that I need to do. But I went to Home Depot, picked up some sandpaper, the sanding sandpaper holder thingy majingy, so it makes it easier. And I got some Bondo and some citrus paint stripper. So this is the stuff that I picked up from Home Depot. So first off, I got my little sanding tool. It kind of helps out so your hands aren't stressing and you're not, stressing out your hands or whatever. And then we have a variety of sandpaper grit. So the higher the number is, the more fine the grit is. And then the lower the number is, the more lower the grit is. And this would be basically for getting the Bondo right after it cures or right after it hardens to smooth it down. Then everything else is, gradually stepping it up so that you could get it as smooth as possible. And these ones, I got these ones for the little tool thingy. And I have these ones for areas that I need to get in, like crevices that are in the corner or whatever, so that I could actually fit my hand in it, then I'll do it by hand. Then we have the paint stripper, and basically I'll be using like a little paintbrush and kind of just spreading it all over the engine bay, making sure I get every inch of the engine bay that I need to get, that I'm painting again or doing any Bondo work, because you want that area to be paint free and you want it to be bare metal so that the new paint or Bondo that you will be using sticks on and it stays there. So right now I'll go ahead and set you guys up so that I could get to laying down the citrus paint stripper. So first off, I'm gonna take off the plastic part, of course, so that you can actually get the paint stripper. And you want to be careful with this stuff because just be careful with it. And just kind of put it on your brush or whatever you're using to spread it, and just put it all over. So I want to try and get it all over everything. Make sure wherever you're going to be laying Bondo or paint, or if you just want a thing, just make sure you get it wherever you want. And a little bit goes a long way. So this is only half a gallon, and it should be enough to cover every spot. If you want to, if after this there's still paint or whatever, you could also go back again and reapply some more. So, but if you could get it on the first try, you should try to. So after applying the paint stripper, this is what it looks like. So you can let this sit up to about any hour. Just make sure it is doing the job. What you can do is kind of scrape a little area after an hour or so. You could even leave this overnight, and in case that's what I might do today, just leave this overnight, then come back tomorrow and see what it has done. Now I hope I'm not in trouble because I just saw the back of the citrus paint remover and it said something about wood, so I'm hoping that it'll still strip this spray, this rattle can that I put in the engine bay. I've seen a lot of people use it on metal, so that's why I got it. But hopefully, across my fingers, I didn't waste 20 bucks. It's not a big deal, but I hope I just didn't waste time, because time is money, money's time. But you know what I'm saying. But yeah, I'm gonna let this sit overnight. I'll come back to it tomorrow, and we'll see how it turned out. It is actually right here already. It's actually already kind of rippling, actually, so that's actually a good sign that it is removing the paint. Nowhere else I could kind of see it yet, but I'm pretty sure it'll start, you know, scrunching up, and I'll be able to remove it. So that's actually a good sign. I'm actually glad. So that's a good thing. So yes, you guys can use it on spray paint. But yeah, I said but like a million times, so I'll see y'all in a little bit. So actually, a lot started bubbling up. A lot of the paint is already basically ready to be removed. And so with this, I'm going to power wash it, because that's one of the easiest ways to use paint strippers after it's done doing this job. Just kind of power wash it, and all the paint should come off, or at least 95% of it will. So like I said, yeah, a lot of it, this thing, I scratched off a little just to see how it was, and man, that shit works. It just keeps rippling, coming up off the paint, off the metal. So that's a good sign. There's still a lot, so I think what I'll do is just put a little bit more after all of this is, just to make sure I get everything. So yeah, this side is coming along well, so is this side, and the corners as well is coming in over here. So it's working pretty well. I'm happy. So I'll come back a couple hours maybe. I'm about to go out with my mom and my little brother. So once I come back, I'll probably give you all an update and show you guys the after results. So I'll see y'all in a bit. Good morning, guys. It's another day. First, I want to say I have some explaining to do. Well, I'm gonna keep it short and simple. I lost all the footage of me stripping the paint, scraping it off, blah 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 blah. So that part is like 95% done. So I'm gonna show you guys what I've been working on. So the paint stripper did an amazing job. I scraped off most of it. What's left are these spots that had Bondo. So here's Bondo, there's Bondo right there, Bondo up there, and same thing on this side, there's just Bondo places. So and some of them were just hard areas to get. So behind here there's just some that I couldn't get. I'll put some more paint stripper and then use the power washer, and it should come off. Right now I'm just working on unbolting a lot of stuff. Since this is my last time that I want to go back and redo my shaved bay, I want to do it the right way 100%. So that's taking my time unbolting all my hard lines, unbolting suspension components so that all these bolt holes are free and there's no bolts in the way, because then when I go ahead and paint it, and then let's say I unbolt these bolts, it's gonna crack. It's gonna be bad. So I want to take my time and actually, you know, go through everything 100% and make sure I actually do it the correct way. So I guess this is, I don't know what you want to call it, like the, let's just say the brake fluid distributor, I guess. So this is where like all of the brake fluid goes through basically. And then these two connect to the master, and then they go throughout the whole engine bay to this side, to this side. So I'm just unbolting them. I'm using the Crowfoot's, if I could find it. Where it at? So I'm using this Crowfoot. It's dual-sided, so there's a 10 and a 12, which are the only ones that I need. All of these are 10, so I've just been unbolting these. And yeah, so let's finish doing this, and then we're gonna go under the wheel side and then unbolt these two hard lines that connect on the firewall. So I'm done taking off the brake fluid distributor or whatever you want to call it. So we're done with this. Now we just have to connect them from the actual brake line. So there's a clip and a brake line that I'll show you right now. So this is the driver's side. So this is, I believe it's still 10. Yeah, so it's still a 10. Crack this off and then it'll pull out, and then you just pull it through this hole right here. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. So just like that, we got the driver's side out. Time to do the passenger. Just like that, we got the passenger side done. So now I just pull this out like that, and all the hard lines are disconnected. So we go ahead and finish up what I'm doing, which is stripping all the paint off and getting this down to bare metal. Just like that, we laid down all the paint stripper. So I got in that corner, some other areas that I saw that could probably use some, and that would be okay. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna actually unbolt these tow hooks, or whatever you want to call them. So I'm gonna delete these. There's one on this side, one on this side. There's just 14 millimeter bolts, and that's good. Here's side 1. Now side 2. So now that we have these two brackets off, we go ahead and start using the wire brush attachment on my drill and start going at all the bondo places. So, long story short, I've been busy with school, life, regular day things. So I'm gonna make this video that you're watching right now, real life, real time. I'm gonna make it in parts, so this will be part 1, and how many other parts that I'm gonna make until the shade bay is finished. I left off on doing bonded work on the passenger side panel, and I started to smooth it down to where it's flush, to where all the curves, and just to where I know that when I paint it, you can't see it through the paint. So with that being said, I'm gonna conclude this video. This is the end of part 1. Stay tuned for part 2. It should drop very soon because I already filmed it. By the way, I hope you guys see the video quality now. It's way better. I have a new camera, so video quality will be up there and it'll be all good. So yeah, stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in part 2.